What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's review, we have the Batman from Arkham Knight by Mcfarlane Toys, of course. Standard box art as usual. Nothing groundbreaking. The art on the back is a still from the game. And his trading card has his little bio on the back. I will pause and focus. Boom, there you go. So they've started using a lot thinner card. Beforehand it used to be like a whole box worth of cardboard, and now they're actually cards. So that's cool. So let's throw this to one side. Okay, and here he is out of the box. And up close, the detail on this guy is absolutely phenomenal. And very accurate to the game. So in the game, his suit is like very modular, it's very high tech, it's nearly like a biosuit in itself. And they emulate that very well with all the sections you can see, and then you can see also along here is where like, the fabric parts of the suit hold everything together. You can see along the chest, it's nearly segmented. So are the abs. Then moving down, he's got his shin guards, his boots, all really nice sculpted. There's his gauntlets with his 3 spikes as per usual. His gloves, you can even see that they're detailed as well. Beautifully sculpted bat belt as well. And I think this is the most perfect. Wow, that's really accurate. I really like the head sculpt. Compared to the Arkham Origins one, it wasn't. Arkham Asylum one, it wasn't amazing. This head sculpt is on point from the game. The ears aren't too big either. And then the cape, just like in the game, sits on him rather than in the cowl, so that he has a collar and his cowl is a separate piece to his helmet. His shoulder pauldrons as well. And then this cape itself is semi-soft rubbery plastic, so like it's a really nice detailed cape. I'm not a fan of rubber capes. I love me a good fabric cape. I mean, who doesn't? But that's a really nice detailed cape. Sorry, that's a really nice detailed cape. Yeah, overall the design on this figure is absolutely fantastic. Really, really enjoying it. So before we get into the articulation, we'll just have a look at the accessories. So he comes with his explosive gel applier, which is really pretty detailed as well. It's just all one solid colour. Comes with the Arkham style batarangs that fold out. I'm not sure if this is the remote control one. And then it comes with a big line launcher that allows him to zip line between 2 places. This is a really big accessory compared next to him. Like in the game, he just pulls this out of his utility belt. I don't see this just pulling out of his utility belt. There's some big ass pockets if so. So that's the accessories that come with them. Pretty cool. They're good. They're a bit less soft than the previous accessories that have come with the Arkham Batman. So it's a good improvement. But now the main meat and bones of this review is the articulation. So Todd's trying a few different things, but we'll get into that in a minute. So starting from head to toe, his head does this. Looking up motion is pretty good. He can come down, he can look down quite a touch, he can look side to side, and his head goes right the way around, so it appears to be on a double ball swivel. Then his shoulders and arms, as per usual, come all the way out. The shoulder pauldrons are actually connected here, and they slide up and over to allow for really good articulation. That's pretty good. You got that usual like half circle extra shoulder joint in there as well. A bit tight, but it's crunches and it's staying where it is. It's pretty nice. It's got double articulation in the elbows, which is always good, and they can crunch up pretty nice. The joint is quite exposed, but not the end of the world. His hands are as usual on a little ball swivel, and it's actually hidden quite nicely by the gauntlet in this figure, whereas some figures all you can see is a big ball wrist. Then, the new articulation Todd seems to be trying, I don't know if it's just because these this figure is so detailed that he wanted to save the detail and not sacrifice for articulation. So articulation on this figure in the torso is literally just at the waistline, but it's on a really exaggerated swivel. I don't even know what type of thing it is because I can feel it rocking back and forward. So there's some pretty good backward motion and a really good forward motion. So we can actually crunch quite a bit, and it disappears down into his belt, so they hide it quite well. It doesn't look out of place, and it still is essentially an ab crunch, which I think it's done really well. I mean, you do kind of miss the articulation around the mid chest, but this really makes up for it, and I can't fault it. I really can't. The legs then, out as far as there, you can do the splits. There is minimal thigh swivel. I wish you just put a thigh cut in. It wouldn't be that hard to do, Todd. And then the knees have sweet double articulation, and it's pretty good. And then that's as articulation goes. You don't get any more until you get to the foot, and it's on the typical Mcfarlane swivel. And as always, you got the toe articulation. Love that toe articulation. So, while being a really well designed figure, lots of detail, they haven't sacrificed much in the way of articulation. So they've compromised by having all the added extra. Really, I don't know what type of joint it is, but it allows for a lot of rotation in the waist, forwards, backwards and around. Standing the figure can be a bit awkward because of the heavy cape, but then again, he sits back on the cape and it sort of rests. So it's not the end of the world. So here's a quick toe to head of the Batman figure. And as you can see, it's a nice healthy mix of separate molded parts, then integrated molded parts on the legs and body themselves. Even the gloves have a little separate kind of shielded bits for punching the enemies. And again, that belt is really nice. I love that sculpted belt. Coming up onto the ab crunch then, you can see the way Todd has segmented it just like in game, the way it's a very technical suit. And then a big nice bat symbol, you can't beat it. And moving up to his chest and cowl, and you can see the way that the cape has been put in like on the top of his chest rather than in the cowl. And again, that head sculpt, the detail on the mouth and the eyes, really well done. And the ears are just perfect for my liking. So overall, absolutely fantastic figure. Mcfarlane really outdid themselves this time, and I highly recommend get that figure as fast as you can before it goes crazy on the secondary market. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again.